Alright, so Samsung invited me out to New York City to experience their brand new foldables, and after spending the last few days with the Galaxy Z Fold8, I can honestly say that this might be the most interesting smartphone that I've ever used. This year, Samsung introduced 3 new foldables: the Galaxy Z Flip 8, the Galaxy Z Fold 8 Ultra, which is the successor to the Galaxy Z Fold 7 that I tested and reviewed here on the channel last year, and for the first time, they introduced an entirely new direction for their fold lineup: the Galaxy Z Fold 8, and this phone is different. Samsung completely has changed the formula. Instead of being taller and narrower, the Galaxy Z Fold 8 is shorter, wider, and honestly feels like the foldable that I've personally been waiting for. But before we dive in, a quick thank you to today's sponsor, Tongate. More on them in a minute, but back to the Galaxy Z Fold 8. Now, I think Samsung may have created exactly what I wanted a foldable phone to be. Now, this isn't the first foldable that I've tried. Last year, I tested the Galaxy Z Fold 7 for the very first time. It was my first experience with a foldable phone, and it was quite an impressive one. The technology is incredible, and the ability to have a phone that transforms into a larger display feels like something straight out of the future. And it's kind of become a norm because when I go out and I travel to different places, I do see people with a lot of foldables nowadays. And personally, I will say that I always felt like the tall design wasn't exactly what I wanted. Don't take me wrong, the Fold 7 was a great phone, but I kept thinking, if Apple was to ever make a foldable iPhone, I hope they create something wider, something that feels more natural in the hands, but when you open it up, it feels better for watching movies, better for multitasking, better for reading ebooks, something closer to that of an experience of an iPad mini when you unfold it. And let me just tell you this, after using the Galaxy Z Fold 8, I think Samsung finally unlocked that experience. So let's start by talking about the design. I'm just gonna go out and say I love it. Like seriously, the first thing that I noticed was how comfortable this phone feels, not just for a foldable, but for any smartphone. When folded, this new passport style cover display feels incredible in your hand. It's compact, it's easy to use one-handed, and it actually feels like a normal phone. And as phones have gotten larger and larger and larger, this feels like a normal phone. The Galaxy Z Fold 8 is only 4.5 millimeters thin, unfolded, and weighs 201 grams. And this lighter, wider design completely changes the experience. So when it's folded, typing feels better, scrolling through social media feels better, replying to messages feels better, everything feels more natural. This is the first fold where I never felt like I was compromising when the phone was closed. And honestly, after using this form factor, regular slap phones almost start feeling a little boring. It feels like Samsung has finally figured out what the future of smartphones could look like. But that's just when it's closed. Now, let's open it up. The moment where you unfold this display, that is where the magic happens. The 7.6-inch display is absolutely stunning. Whether you're watching YouTube, movies, playing games, reading ebooks, browsing the web, multitasking, everything feels a lot more immersive than ever before. Also, Samsung mentioned that if you use this in the portrait aspect ratio, it's very similar to mainstream e-readers like Kindles, and I completely understand why. Reading on this feels like holding a book. It's one of those experiences where you immediately understand why foldables exist. You get a device that fits in your pocket, but when you need more space, it transforms. The display on here also gets incredibly bright with up to 3000 nits, and the anti-reflective coating on here makes outdoor visibility excellent. Samsung also introduced a new titanium alloy layer underneath the display to help reduce the crease. Now, I will say that the crease is still there. I'm not gonna pretend that it's invisible, it is still there, but it isn't as noticeable as it was with the Fold 7. You see it when you look for it, but when you're actually using the phone, you kind of forget about it. Now, one thing I kept thinking about while using this phone was, man, iOS would look incredible on this. And then I started thinking, imagine opening this phone up and running iPadOS, a device that starts as an iPhone, but unfolds into something closer to an iPad mini. That has always been my dream device. Now, even if such a foldable iPhone existed, that would still not replace my iPad mini. I love my iPad mini and nothing is going to replace that. But I do love the idea of having a device that gives me a little bit of both worlds. A powerful phone when I need it, and a mini tablet when I want more screen space. And to be honest, someone like me who travels a lot, a phone like this, an iPhone like this, would be incredible. It's honestly a fantastic travel companion. Now, before we continue and talk about performance, cameras, and whether I think this phone is actually worth buying, I want to thank today's sponsor, Tongate. Foldable phones are incredible pieces of engineering, and having a quality case gives me that extra peace of mind. This one here has a slidable lens cover as well to protect the cameras on the back, along with a reinforced front frame with a screen protector, which not only protects it from scuffs and scratches, but it also offers 25-degree anti-privacy viewing for unwanted glances from creeps around you. One of my favorite features is the invisible built-in kickstand. It makes watching movies and TV shows much better, and it also includes a wallet, which is perfect for carrying essential cards when you don't want to bring your wallet. And for a foldable phone, I think having protection without adding unnecessary bulk is extremely important. So if you're picking up the Galaxy Z Fold 8 or you already own one, definitely check out Tongate's case. I have the link to their case in the description below. Now, let's get back to the Galaxy Z Fold 8. So now I want to talk about performance because it's been excellent. Everything on here feels smooth, apps open quickly, multitasking feels effortless, and honestly, this is the type of phone where multitasking actually makes a lot of sense. You aren't just opening multiple apps because you can, you actually want to. And with a wider aspect ratio, it's even more immersive. Battery life has also impressed me. On one particular day, I took the phone off the charger at 7:30 a.m. with 100% battery. I used it heavily throughout the day. I was taking photos, testing the cameras, using social media, watching content, basically doing everything that I normally do. And by around 10 p.m., I still had around 12% battery life remaining. So for me, this is a full day phone. And with fast charging, even if you do run low, you can quickly top it back up. Now let's talk about cameras. Here are some of my favorite photos that I've taken so far. And as you can tell, they all look great. And obviously I want to know your thoughts, so let me know what you think of them in the comments section below. Overall, I think the cameras are good. Samsung's processing produces images that are nice, but in my opinion, they look a little too sharp and a little too saturated. Now, I know a lot of people love that look, but personally, I prefer the more natural style of iPhone photography. For the average user, I think they're really going to love the pictures that this takes. I just prefer the cameras on my iPhone 17 Pro Max. Now let's talk about the biggest challenge, the price. Foldables are still expensive, and I completely understand why some people struggle to justify spending close to $2,000 on a smartphone. Personally, I would love to see this category eventually reach around $1,500, and I do think that that is where foldables will become more mainstream. So the Galaxy Z Fold 7 last year answered a lot of my questions about foldable phones. I really enjoyed it, but the Galaxy Z Fold 8 here made me fall in love with foldables in general. For the first time, I actually don't know if I could go back to a regular smartphone. And that is something that I honestly never expected. Now, the iPhone 17 Pro Max is my main phone, but I really enjoy using this. Foldables are no longer just showing us what the future of phones could be. The future is here, and Samsung has created a design that I genuinely think represents where this category is heading. And rumors are suggesting that Apple will be going with this sort of a form factor for their foldable. Now, the big question is, what happens when Apple enters this market? Because if Apple can take this idea and combine it with iOS, iPadOS, and the ecosystem that so many people already love, I think that we're going to see one of the most exciting moments in smartphone history. But as always, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, then give this video a thumbs up and let me know in the comments, would you buy the Galaxy Z Fold 8 or are you waiting to see what Apple does with a potential foldable iPhone? And as always, thank you so much for watching and I'll catch you in the next one.